do that when I go live. I don't talk because there's no one there. Hello, Kian. Nice to see you, mate. Hello, Katie. Hello, Carol. Popcorn King as well. I think that's better. That's better. Hello. I just thought I'd pop on. I don't know why much. I just thought I'd pop on and just have a little discussion on how I think the next, the projections on how I think everything's all going while I had the chance. I got the chance because Fran's not here. She's gone away for the weekend. So I won't be getting myself in trouble and staying up all night, but she's not here, and it's either watching the telly or maybe I can do an update, I thought. So I haven't come on to sort of rant and rave and get drunk. I think we guessed she was Ian. Says Popcorn. Hello, Patricia. Yes. Yeah, she said I wasn't to get myself in trouble. I've used me angina spray 3 times today. That's me not getting myself in trouble. Or supposedly not getting myself in trouble. I've just worked out, I've got some cards here, and I've just worked out if I stick them on the back, it makes it stand up more. That's better. Look at that. That's better. So how is everybody? What is it? It's Friday night. Why aren't you all sort of? You should be all partying by now. Partying or laying there watching the late film or something. Look at that, 21 people popped in. Andrew Cooper, hello Andrew. Nice to see you. So there's enough people in here to start rabbiting. So I'll start chirping. Evening all from my comfy bed. Hello Marie. Nice to see you. Scott, by the way, he's uploaded a video. Hello Ian. Scott has uploaded, Scott Donaldson, he's uploaded a video. It's not a long one, it's only a little one, but and it's just all them lot down there all saying hello, so go over and watch that. They're all having a marvellous time by the sound of it. Hello Soundwave Man, nice to see you too. In bed, got to be up at 4:15 for work. Blimey. Chirp about how I see the projections going over the next year. What with everything that's happened, because it's been a bit of a tumultuous time, isn't it? Hello, Mr. Mighty Grook. No subliminal, no. I got me little tipple. But I'm gonna be getting some of those merchandising ones myself. Hello, Mick. So that I can do me subliminals with McDade on a cup or Ian Glenn on a cup and that kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to order a couple. Until I watched your recent video, I didn't know that bunch coins were not legal tender. I know, it's mental. It's mental about that. But we did discuss that actually. Well, I mentioned it a few times, but of course, not everybody sees every bit of video. Blimey, I've done hundreds of hours of me. So yeah, but it's a nightmare. Little tipple. Oh yes, little tipple Marie. What is Scott's group called so I can add him? Embarrassingly, I don't know. But hi Lorna. Maybe Lorna. Actually, Lorna will have it because she posted the link to his video. So Lorna, if you've got that link to Scott's video, I don't mind if you want to post it here, and then Mighty Group can get his channel. I wonder how long before we get our first thumbs down. Yeah. So yeah, so I thought I'd have a little chat about, you know, how I see things. Uh, it's like not me doing an official video, but just being here actually and chatting to you like before, and that kind of thing. So, so yeah. So how do I see things? You are also playing on Facebook. Oh, brilliant! Hello to the Facebook people then, because there'll be some Facebook people on there as well. So, as you know, banging Barney Rubble, I've been banging trouble over the last couple of months. Over the last, I hazard a guess, but somewhere over the last year, with everything that's happened, we've lost an inordinate amount of money. When I say lost a lot of money, I mean we've probably lost over £100,000, something like that, in losses and one thing and another. And certainly much more than that in loss of business, loss of revenue, but actual physical losses as well. So it's been a bit of a nightmare, and there's been a couple of times where it's been a bit precarious, I have to say. You know, even though doing the insolvency video and, you know, keeping on top of things, it's like I have a positivity about me anyway. I refuse to just see complete negative in anything. If I get hit with negativity, I'll find some kind of positivity within that. I have to draw on something. And like I say, it's been a bit difficult. And we've come up with a few ideas, and some of the ideas we've come up with are good, like the COAs with the bunts and all of that, good, and giving away coins, all that's good. But there's been a lot of damage done to that because of what happened over Christmas, and so we ended up having volunteers leaving the volunteers group on the WhatsApp group, and you know, it sort of, the knock-on effect was quite big. So uh, and that has made a difference to a lot of the work and what we do and what we've been able to do, how much work we've got done, because so much other things have taken up a lot of time, one thing and another. And the fight with the mint that everybody wants me to let go, and I won't let go. And I won't let go of it because I think that we are going to win. I absolutely believe that with everything I've got. So much so that I'm willing to put just everything I've got into it, in a sense, which I'm doing. So I believe we're going to come off with that. I really, really, really believe that, that we're going to win. I don't believe for one second that they will allow it to go all the way to court, trial, whatever you want to call them, you know, that when that happens. I don't believe for one second they'll allow that. They can't, because they'll get absolutely mullered, so they can't. So at some point they'll have to settle. At some point they'll have to get round the table. That's my tablet train. That's me thing to remind me, but I just took them knowing I was coming on here. At some point they will have to sit round the table and be able to chat, and you know, there'll be some kind of an offer, etc. Soundwave Man says, so bad that you've lost that money because of the mint choosing who they sell to. No, don't let go. They've done something wrong. They need to be able to be account over it. Yeah, they do, and they've done something wrong with 288 Group and the whole relationship. And even now we're starting proceedings with the solicitor, which I can say a little bit about, but not too much about, but we are starting, right? That is happening. That really is happening. Mick has seen the letters, the first letters that are going out, both to the Royal Mint and to 288 Group. I'm really hoping they landed on their desk earlier on today. I don't know, but I'm hoping. You know, that's how fresh this is. Anyway, so that's all going on. So we've got that fight, and I'm going to have that fight, and I will put everything into that fight, and I won't stop. No matter what, I won't stop. So I'll just get more and more fired up, more and more creative. Will the auctions be up and running? Not yet. Um, although I will do some. So, like I say, we've got all that going on with the Royal Mint. We've got the COAs, and you know, there's a halt in that because of uh, not because of everything that's happened, but various things that have happened over the last few months, including the money, including Christmas, whatever. All of these things have a knock-on effect. So we're we're still doing that. We've been sending out the COAs. We've done all of the Girl Guides, all of the Britannia, all of the Roger Bannister, all of the Boy Scouts, all of Stephen Hawkins, all of the Gruffalo, all of Peter Rabbit. So I mean, there's quite a few that we've done. As in, when I say done, I mean furnished all the people that bought them. So nobody's waiting for any of them. Well, there's a couple of you that are waiting for them because I did some today. Cool, I did the last bit of it today. Have you seen the bonus the Mint director took? Pretty disgusting, really. Yeah, hopefully he will be forced to give that back. In fact, that's a good campaign, that is. I could do with a link to that. Text me the link to that, if you wouldn't mind, Mighty Group. And so I can have a read of that, and maybe I can make something of that, because that's a bit naughty. You know, there are a lot of people lining their pockets. Anyway, Mick, who does our articles and the newsletters, etc., he's seen the letters, so he can verify that this is now on. This is now. We've passed the point of like, come on then, come on then, come on then. You push me, no, you push me. We've done all that business, right? We're now getting in the ring. Is what we're doing. Physically getting in that ring now. It's off. So I ain't got there yet, Andrew, but I will get there. I did say at the beginning I would probably make the queue the last one, but I will get there faster. But I don't know when. I don't want to give times, because the minute I give times and dates and say I'll do this by this date, I get held to it, and then I get slaughtered over it if I get it wrong. Do you know what I mean? So, so best I say I don't know, but I'm on it as fast as I can. So anyway, so there we are with all of that, right? But we've still got to generate money. We've got to generate money. We've got to generate money through the crowdfunding. We've got to come up with as many ideas as I can think of to make as much money as possible. I am now in the position where I need to rinse literally as much money as I can out of everybody I come in contact with, you and the customers, everybody, because that's the position I'm in. And part of that is what I'm about anyway, being in business. You know, it's about rinsing money out of people, you know, in exchange for products and so on. So we've got all the crowdfunding going on. So now I've also come up with the idea of, and I did it just as a trial with, I've been talking about it for a few months, stamping other coins, and I did it as a trial with the 2008 Britannia. And in the first couple of days, we've done over 70 coins. Now, this is massive. This is absolutely massive. I can't underestimate what's just happened with that. Because in real term figures, it means this. We're only talking about 1,000 coins each time. And we're only talking about 200 of each letter stamped. So 5 letters, TGBCH, 200 of each one, 1,000 coins. So on the one hand, you look at that and you think, oh yeah, it's a lot of work. You've got to sell 1,000 coins. But actually, no, you haven't, because 80% of people that have bought into it have bought the set, TGBCH, for 25 quid, 4.95 each. They've bought the whole set. 80% of people buy the set, because most people, if there is a set, they want the set. They don't want half a set, they want the set. If whatever they collect, a set comes out, they want the set. Natural, that is. So this is massive. This gives me a colossal amount of information. So straight away, it tells me that the idea works because we've sold over 70 coins in the first 3 days. That gives me a lot of confidence in the fact that I'll be able to sell out within a month or two. Now, we don't have to sell 1,000 coins. We only have to sell. We only really want 200 customers to buy a set. If 200 customers buy a set and you're sold out, that's when the market takes care of itself. Because it doesn't matter what you make. It doesn't matter if you make limited edition these or limited edition ashtrays, and it's a limited edition, or one of our members that comes on a lot is I can't remember the lady's name now, but it's Jack. I think it's Jack. Gems. She does gems, right? So it doesn't matter who it applies. It can apply to anybody. It could be Jack. It could be Weird Fish. It could be Adidas. It doesn't matter. If you make a set number of something, a picture, a print, it doesn't matter. If you make a set number of something and you issue a COA with it and you number it, until you've sold the last one, which is why it's always important to think about the numbers, until you've sold the last one, they're sort of worthless. They're only worth the price that you're selling them for. They're not worthless, but they can't go up in value. They're only worth the amount of money that the person who's made that item, me or Jack, you know, things, or Adidas, or someone making a sculpture, whatever, they're worth what the person is selling them for, and that's it. It's not until that person has made and sold the last one and there's now no more left and they have to move on to the next design of whatever it is that they're doing. It's not until that point. Once that point happens, there's no more left. At that point, the value then starts to go up, because when other people want it, they can't get it. So then you do the next coin. And when you do the next coin, coin B, there are going to be people that buy into coin B that didn't buy into coin A, the 2008 Britannia. And so as the word gets around, those people that buy into the future ones will also want the 2008 Britannia, but they can't get it because it's already sold out. So the only place they can get it is off of someone else from a swap, or talking to somebody on here, or going onto eBay because somebody's put it on eBay or Amazon or something like that. That's when the investment in that COA numbered item, it's at that point it starts becoming worth more than what you paid for it. See what I mean? And that applies to anything. Now, why is this so massive and important? It's so massive and important because once you've got the first 200 customers, or you've sold the first 1,000 coins, once that's happened, you now have a database of people that will buy into that already. You've already got a database of people. Once you've sold that last one, that means you've got a database of people that have bought into that item. So now when you make the next one and you email out and you tell everybody we've now done another one, what'll happen is, instead of it taking 2 months to sell, that next one, it'll be sold out in 10 days because you've already got a complete database of people that are happy to buy into that. Do you see what I mean? So then it doesn't go on for long. It doesn't go on for long at all. Then you release one, you sell it within a week, they're all gone. And suddenly you've got this other market that starts that didn't exist before. There'd be a whole new collectible market. Now again, this is massive because, pardon me, $4.95 doesn't sound like a lot. But when you multiply $4.95 by 1,000 coins, that's £5,000 for coins that are going to cost me 50 to 60p each. So now I have a way of realising $4.95 for each 50p coin, which is 10 times its value. Most of them cost me face value or just a fraction more. At £5,000 a coin, if I were to do somewhere in a region of about 50 different coins, 50 different 50p's, and there is easily 50 different 50p's that I can get 1,000 of. If I did that with each one, that's $250,000 over a period of about 12 to 18 months. I would imagine that that could be accomplished over a period of about 12 to 18 months, and I think it could be accomplished over that period because it is a small amount of coins, and at the same time we still have the bunch COAs going on, but it's not a huge amount of coins. It's 1,000 coins each time, and you are able to, like I say, list it, tell everybody you're doing it, bang, you've sold it in a week. Yes, that's right, Soundwave Man. Yeah, there's a video of me stamping a coin. You don't seem as angry today, man. Hello, Si. No, mate, I'm not angry. I very rarely get angry nowadays. I try hard. Now and again it breaks out, you know. That looks ugly when I've got no teeth in. You'll be pleased to know I should have teeth within a couple of weeks. Rather than engraving, I guess you're using chasing tools to stamp the coins, yeah. Bang. So I have a couple of them where I stamped them wrong. And there's a couple of raffles up for that. So if you fancy using some of your points, we've got a couple of quid, you want to go in for the raffle, that comes with a COA as well. And there's a couple of errors there. There's also a rotational error in the raffle of a £2 coin. So you could win a rotational error as well. And I'm going to put more things like that in the raffles. You know, we've done all the like win a packaged up Royal Mint coin, win a packaged Royal Mint coin to death. Let's change it up and start making the raffles interesting so that people start going to the raffles to check them out for what else is in there. That's what we want. And one way of doing that is to come up with errors, because most errors you rarely get the same thing. So I'll be putting 20p errors and 50p errors and £2 errors and that kind of thing in there. So yeah, so there we are. So that sort of gives you a bit of an update. And now I've like finished my diatribe, trappy. You can fire away any questions or whatever, but that's the plan. How much was the sponsorship for life again? There's several different ones. There's one where you can sponsor the newsletter for life. So you get your business name or your name on the bottom of the newsletter for life. That's £99. And there's another one where we've got a sponsorship page on our website and you go on there for a tenner. At the moment that's a tenner, just to attract some people on there. But that one's worth adding. If you click on the crowdfunder link, you'll see that one on there. And one that one that I honestly really believe is worth buying is the 1,000,000 points. I think that is a bargain, especially for anybody else that's doing, I want life and shout outs. Yeah, you can get that. You can get that. That 1,000,000 points is good for anybody that is buying and selling, anybody that is reselling anything they buy off us, because then at their leisure they can just please themselves what they buy. You know, they can buy every day if they want. The crowdfunder link is at the top of the page on our website. So the things that we are promoting at the moment is that, and we're promoting the crowdfunder, we're promoting the 2008 Britannia. I honestly urge each and every one of you to buy into that idea. Yes, I'm urging you to buy into it because it's my idea and I want your money and I need the money, etc. We know that, you know that, and I know that. We don't have to pretend about that, so let's just put that over there. The other thing is, what we've done is we've come up with a new sellable collectible commodity, because there are people out there that no matter what, they want it. If it's a 50p, they want it. No matter what, if it's different, they want it. even as different as me stamping it and putting a COA of it, they want it. And I think these will be, you're going to laugh at me, I know, right? But I reckon within about 3 years, maybe less, 2, but I reckon they'll go up to like 50 quid each. As ridiculous as that sounds. And they'll go up to that because by that time we'll have got a bigger name, and people will want it. Pardon me. And there'll be people out there that come along and join us and join in the YouTube and one thing and another in the future that have got money. And, you know, and the fact that someone's selling one for 30 or 40 quid, they'll buy it. So I honestly think it's a really good investment. And to test an investment out, think about this. To test an investment out is going to cost you 25 quid for a set, right? Once we've sold out, you'll be able to test it out to see whether or not it's true what I say and the value does go up. If the value doesn't go up, then you're not going to buy into all the others. So it's in my interest to be right about this. Really is in my interest. There's £250,000 here at stake in £4.95. It's £250,000 if I get it right. Because if I got this right, then people are going to buy it, it's going to sell out, and they're going to buy into the next one and the next one. And every time I do one, bang, it will sell out. And within 6 months, we'll be doing one and it will sell out in 2 days. So I'll come to that in a minute, Alan. So that's what I really think will happen in the future. And all it takes for all of that domino effect to happen is the very first one to sell out. That's all it takes. So, you know, if you fancy taking a gamble on something, I doubt very much you can even lose on it, because I doubt you'd have to sell it for less than what you paid for it. Certainly because of what the coin is anyway. So I honestly think it's worth a gamble. I really do think it's worth a gamble. Or an investment, or a plunge, or a dip your toe in the water, because it's 25 quid for a full set. If I'm right, within 3 years that'll go up to 250 quid, because it will increase 10 times in money, if I'm right. I mean, imagine when if we get really busy, if we do make it, if we do get in nationals, if we're successful and we've got like 50,000 customers, you know, and we're still only doing 1,000, they'll be gone within 24 hours. Won't be able to get one. So if Change Checker came up with this idea, if 288 Group had come up with this idea, they would have made millions out of it, literally millions out of this idea, with the customer base they've got. Yeah. So what's the other question? Olan says, hello Ian, will your Gruffalo and Peter Rabbit 50p coin with COA increase in value? Yeah, I think they will. And I think they'll increase in value more the bigger we get. See, when you think about it, any of you that have bought into us at any point, any of you that have got any COAs off us whatsoever, if you want those COAs to increase in value, we have to get bigger. Because if we don't get bigger, if we go pop, for example, and nobody knows about us, then it might take years for the value to be recognised on those. If we get bigger, if we go in the news next week, for example, then, oh yeah, I'll come to that. If we go in the news next week, for example, then all of a sudden you've got thousands and thousands of people coming along. The COAs that we've got listed, they'll all sell out very quickly. Gone. And then, when that kind of thing happens, then our name will be all over eBay, because people will be trading in our stuff all over eBay. Before I forget, I have concerns about the Mint trying something because of their logo being on some of the merchandise. I don't know the rules, but thought I'd better mention it. No, I understand, Soundwave Man, but I honestly do things like that on purpose, because I want them to come after me. So I actually want them to come after me and say that I can't do it. And here's another thing. in order to make the merchandising that we've come up with, me and Butch and the team, with the ideas that we've come up with, which have got their names on, like Ian Glenn's face and McDay's face and all of that, as a wanted poster. That's why I've done a £10,000 reward, because I've put up a genuine £10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest, prosecution and conviction of any of those four. And so I'm publicising that by putting it on merchandise. I don't think they can have me for that. I think I'm legally within my rights to do that, because they're wanted. I know they've broken the law. They know they've broken the law. I'm just educating people on the fact that they've broken the law. Ian, what are your thoughts on the 2019 Kew Gardens 50p? It will one day sell for more money than the 2009. And a lot of people laugh at me when I tell them that, and that's fine. But it will one day sell for more money than the 2009. Thoughts on the error on the new Queen coins? I haven't seen them. I've been too busy. I'm literally several months out of date. You lot know more about current coins than I do. Now, there's something else I want to tell you about. So, as you know, Butch has been working marvellously behind the scenes. He's been tirelessly working on our website and our merchandising and getting all that up and running and working. And he's overhauled the website for us. I mean, it looks amazing. It's never looked so good. Absolutely amazing. So, when you go on and to publicise a few more things, I've added them to the rewards. So hopefully Mick's blog, which was a bit more prominent on the other website and it's less prominent on this one, he is going to get better placement, so it will be easier to see the various newsletters that Mick's done. It's just that Butch is having a bit of trouble configuring all that, but that is coming. So you will be able to click on Mick's newsletters and see the proper newsletters, you know, and maybe some categories and so on like you did before. So as you know, when you go on the rewards, ask me that in a minute, Kian, when I finish this. So as you know, when you go on our rewards, which is whenever you're on our website, the rewards button is the bottom right hand corner. You'll see on the left hand side at the bottom, on any page, it doesn't matter, there's a green contact us button, and on the right hand side at the bottom there's a black rewards button. So if you click on the rewards button and you go to earning points, you can earn 3 points literally just by sharing posts and sharing our items, sharing newspaper articles that we put in there. Because the reason I've done it like this is because the newspaper article, the newspaper that prints the story online, let's call it the Devon Live one. This is why there's so many of them, right? Because it was in so many different papers. So the Devon Live one prints it in their paper. We copy the share link, add it to our rewards program, pay you to share it on Facebook, and that triggers on their admin, not mine, theirs. So on the inside of their admin, the people that are watching how many shares and how many tweets and how many views various newspaper articles get, because you've shared that newspaper article to get points, every time it's shared, it's triggered on their newspaper, on their back office. So if 100 people share the Devon Live one, then the Devon Live back office admin of their newspaper online, it will go up in the rankings, as it were. So when they're looking at which stories have been shared the most, it will be going up in the rankings because it's shared more and more and more and more. and I give you points to share it. I'll pay you to share it. I think we give you 10p every time we share it now. So every time you share any of those, I think you're earning 10p, which is not bad for like a couple of seconds. And you can now do hundreds of points because there are loads there. So now we've got virtually all of the newspaper articles that were in all of the newspapers. They're there, so you can share every single one and earn 10p for each one, and share it on Facebook. And every time you share one, it will trigger it in their back office. So we'll be going up the rankings. If we go up the rankings enough, someone sitting there will be going, hey, listen, look at this. Whatever this story is, it's going up. See, someone will be looking at it. So the more we get the shares going, the better for us, and the better for you, because you get a load of points for sharing it for us. And then I've also added a lot of the recent videos, so a lot of the Royal Mint videos and the treason and all that kind of stuff. All those videos are now on the rewards. So now, even though you've been helping us and sharing those videos, sharing all the videos for free, now you can go in the rewards program, share them same videos, and you get paid 10p every time you share one. And there's loads and loads in there, so you can share one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, and get the points, and then get some free coins. That will really help us. Giving you the free points in order to share them, and then you spending them points, don't feel guilty about spending them points either, by the way, because when you spend the points, it also helps us. So it's a win-win for us both ways. See? Yeah, silver proofs are really, from a collector's point of view, and someone that collects just because it's silver for the silver value point of view, different market, if you see what I mean. You know, from a collector's point of view, when they do a silver proof like a 50p and it's 3,500 mintage, it's worth buying. In my humble opinion, it's worth buying. When they do a silver proof of 20,000, 30,000 and all of that, it ain't worth buying. Because the price on that will come down, and they will issue vouchers. They do it every single time. So learn by the past. Every single time they're issuing vouchers, they're doing this, they're doing that, doing deals, and it will get sold cheaper. I've come to learn as a dealer and a reseller of their products, when they do that to a silver proof, it's not worth me buying. I lose money and get stuck with product. Not worth me buying. You know, but they won't be getting away with these tricks for too long, because once this blows up, this is going to reverberate around the world. People think I'm off my cake. But I tell you, I see things, and I know other people ain't seeing them. Like, cop this, right? I don't know how many of you are seeing this. You know, tell me if you are. But the reverberations of this around the world, and there's 40 of you. So in my mind, everybody thinks the same way I do. I don't get it why other people don't think the same way I do. You probably don't understand why people don't think the same way you do. Do you know what I mean? But try this one on the size. So, once this story breaks and it goes in the national papers and they get hammered for what they've done, it then will transpire that the trust and credibility of the Royal Mint of England, hello Belfast, is tarnished. It can't be tarnished. You can't tarnish the credibility and the trust of the Royal Mint that makes coins and planchets and blanks for 60% of the countries in the world. The reverberations on that around the entire world, having trust damaged. What's your mate? A1 Collectors UK. The trust is damaged then. It's absolutely damaged. Every customer they've got around the world will have a meeting. So you think of all of the customers around the world that the Royal Mint have got, and I guarantee you that once this story breaks, every single one of those customers will be having a meeting in their businesses over the credibility of the Royal Mint. Because they're going to be saying things like, well, hang on a minute, if they do this to their own treasury, what are they doing to us? How do we know that when we ask them to make 1.2 million, they make 1.2 million? How do we know that they're doing that and not making more? We don't know. Trust and credibility damaged around the world. This isn't just going to reverberate in England. When this story breaks, it's going to go around the world. That's my belief anyway. And all of you that have invested, because out of the 42 people that are watching, I know there's going to be a lot of you that have invested in the Royal Mint. You are going to be quids in, absolutely quids in. I contacted them over the A to Z coin, says Soundwave Man, sending a lengthy freedom of information. They said they'd get back to me, and I've heard nothing thus far, so no surprise there. As far as I'm concerned, they're crooks. There's certainly some dodgy stuff going on. Kian asks, is it true that the A to Zs are back in the tills now? I don't know. I suppose watch this space for either Chris Dyer putting up a video or Scott, Hannah, any of them, Steve, who else was there? Dean, Honey Monster. Oh, they are back. Hello, Nanny. So they're back in the tills then. Well done. Get a few. Have they put limits on, Nanny? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey Mick, are you still there? Mick, I just fell in. About half an hour ago, you said to me, you are going out on Facebook. Yeah, it was a bit, Belfast. It sort of, it hit me like, it's like when somebody says something to you and you recognise it half an hour later. And it's just hit me. Yeah, I don't understand. How can we be going out on Facebook? Because I didn't go on StreamYards, I forgot. Just remembered, I didn't go on StreamYards, I went straight on YouTube and went live on YouTube. So I don't know how we're managing to go out on Facebook. Why don't you sell your story to the papers? That way you're potentially making some cash flow too, plus it will get you drawn in by the mint as you're wanting. Mighty group, mate. You've got to pay attention when Uncle Ian talks to you. It's no good you sitting there, Uncle Ian talking to you and you not paying attention. That's what we're on it. We are on it and expecting the Nationals within the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping. Now, hello Stutch, my mate, nice to see you. If you lot, hello Charlotte, Son Lover Story, right now, I've adjusted some of the titles in our videos, especially the ones that I've done lately about the mint and all that. And in the titles, we've now got at BBC News, at ITV News, at Sky News. Okay? So every time you share them on Twitter, those tweets will show up in the mentions of BBC, Sky and ITV. Every time you share it on Facebook, it's going to, pardon me, it's going to somehow show up somewhere closer to them, mentions, whatever. What I'm saying is there's now more chance of it getting picked up by them. Plus, we've also got someone, Mick is calling them one at a time, pardon me. And by all means, any one of you, contact the papers, contact the Nationals. Any one of you. contact the nationals, contact the papers. If you get me in a local paper, physical paper that is, anywhere, could be the Sheffield Times, it doesn't matter. Get me in a local paper wherever you live and I'll give you £100 in points. Get me in a national paper, I'll give you £1,000 in points. So, you know, anybody that's like sitting there with bugger all to do sometimes, get on the phone, get on the internet, find the phone numbers out for any TV stations, radio stations, anywhere you like, and just ring them up and ring up their news departments and say, have you heard about this bloke? Have you heard what's happening? This bloke's taking the Royal Mint to court, did you know? Why ain't you on the story? And the more of you that ring up, the more of these people all over the place, the more these people will phone me. That's how it happened the last time. It started off with one of you, phoned up a local paper, and then a reporter from that paper phoned me up and did an interview over the phone. So, you know, it does work like that. Soundwave Man says, Uncle Ian. Yeah. So, yes, we're on that. We're on it. And, again, you know, the more... It's all about the support, isn't it? It's all right for me to go shouting my mouth off left, right and centre everywhere, but if nobody agrees with me and nobody thinks the same way I do, then I might as well be flapping my lips against a brick wall for all the good it will do. It's only when somebody stands up to be counted and says, no, I don't agree with this, I want to do something about it, and then a lot of other people suddenly go, yeah, oi, yeah, I don't agree with this either. And then you've got a bit of a, you can do something, you can change, you know, change the world that way. Change the world. If 1 million people sent all the non-recyclable plastic, put it all in a box, sent it back to Sainsbury's to their free post address in Guernsey. If 1 million people did that once a month and sent them a parcel with all their plastic that's non-recyclable in it, it would cost them about 20 quid a parcel, so it would cost them £20 million a month. Within 6 months, I guarantee you, a letter would go out to every single manufacturer telling them that you have to supply Sainsbury's with no non-recyclable packaging. It would be that quick. It's only a case of if enough people stuck together. 42 people watching and 22 thumbs ups. So you 22, you other 20 people out there, how about coming along and giving us a thumbs up? Or if you don't want to give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. You know, but do something. Stop sitting on the fence. You know what I mean? Sorry, I screw my face out the way I do because I don't want to open my mouth too much because it shows no teeth. Stop sitting on a fence, you know what I mean? Put a thumbs down or put a thumbs up, but do something. Do something. Don't just sit there and do nothing. Thanks, Tracy. Excellent. Excellent. Some more sales coming in for the COA 2008 Britannia. Another set. Or another couple of sets actually, I think. And, you know, it's great. It's coming up with an idea that helps us in so many ways because people can use their points on it and I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that because again, it's turning a 50p 10 times its money, right? So, you know, I don't mind people using their points on it. I'm happy for people to use their points on it. But at the same time, I'm also getting people like this paying cash. And that's great. So all we've got to do is sell 200 sets. You know, we've done another 10 now. So if you haven't bought into this yet, please do buy into it and make it work. You got the power on that. You literally got the power on that. People like me can come up with the ideas easy enough. Go, yeah, I think this is a good idea. I think that's a good idea. But unless the people that you're talking to go, yeah, all right, yeah, I'll go for that. You know, it can fall flat on its face. But this, this even without a court case, this idea could get us out of trouble in 18 months. That's why I'm so excited about it. I'm glad I come up with the idea. In fact, it wasn't me that come up with the idea, it was one of you lot that come up with the idea. And you can get it for free. So go on to the rewards page, share all the things that need sharing, and you can share every 4 days. So you can share the same post every 4 days, again and again and again and again. So share the whole lot in 4 days. I bet you can't even get through the whole lot in 4 days before you can share it again. Share the whole lot in 4 days, and then share the whole lot again, and then share the whole lot again, and do that every week. And get yourself hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of free points, which you can then use on things like these. Enjoy yourself, Nanny Sue. Have a great time, great time. Tell everybody we all said hello, and send some love out of my bucket to everyone there. What sets do you need to sell 200 of? Sorry, I don't get to see all the videos. My lovely Lorna will put a link up for you in a minute, Tracy. This is for the 2008 Britannias. Circulated, but we're taking 2008 reasonably clean Britannias, and we're stamping them, and we're issuing a COA, and I'm only doing it to 200 of each letter, so it's 1,000 coins, 200 of each letter. So sorry, Mighty Group, I'm not having any conversations like that. I don't want to inflame anything, don't want to light any touch papers, don't even want to go there. The only thing I'm going to say is, just so as everybody knows, the only thing I'm going to say is, I did that video, I think it was the instructional video that I did. I did that video, and I said on that video, this is me done. This is me finished. And I am the type of person that when I go, I'm done, I'm done. And I'm not the type of person that says, I'm done, and then comes back again. When I say I'm done, I'm done. And on that one, I said, that's it, that's me done. Finished. I've said what I've got to say. No more to say, and I will not go back and look at anything else, no matter how many. And I'm getting loads of texts from people saying, oh, you've got to watch this one, you've got to watch that one, oh, I don't care, I don't watch them. I'm not going to give them a single view, I'm not going to give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I'm not going to interact with them in any way whatsoever, not interested. That's my view on that. That's finished. So, I don't mean any disrespect by that to anybody, at all, anywhere. I'm just saying, that's me done with that. Don't want it in my streams, that's all. Move on. So anyway, COA, 2008 Britannia, Tracy. So we've done it with the 2008 Britannia. We've issued a COA, and it's labelled as daft art on the COA, and because I'm doing it as art, and then we're stamping 200 of each one. So I've just got a text from somebody. I have no idea who, because there's no number. Well, there is a number, but I don't know who it is, which means they're not in my contacts. But they're one of you 39. Sitting half drunk on a live feed, stuffing fags into you, and you with health issues, you're some advert. Well, you're quite right. I have got health issues. I shouldn't be smoking. I suppose I should be living extremely healthy, not smoking, not drinking, and going down to the gym and doing an hour's worth of exercise every day. But I don't. As for being half drunk, I have had 2 glasses of vodka and tonic, and I can assure you I'm nowhere near plastered. So I hope that answers your thingy. I'm not drunk, not anywhere near drunk, not even tipsy. I will do Kian. Well, I'll be getting more package coins on the website. I will do Ian Kian, but not yet. I need to sort out my money issues first. And one way of sorting out my money issues is, like we've just done with the 2008 Britannia, is coming up with my own product, something that I can do, that I can control. If I can control it, thank you, Lisa. She didn't think I was drunk either. If I can control it, then I can do a lot more. You know, I've not got anybody else controlling me and sending us to the cleaners. And there's quite a lot that we can do it with. There's loads of 50p's that we could do it with to get people interested in all sorts of 50p's, in fact. So, I mean, get people interested in collecting the dates again and that kind of stuff if we're doing it. Doesn't matter what we do. The fact is, if we stay in business, 2 simple facts, 3 simple facts actually, 3 things. Number 1, if we stay in business. Number 2, if we sell all of the COA. If we sell all of the COA and we're staying in business and we're still around, then number 3, the price will go up. That's absolutely guaranteed to happen. Mind you, price could still go up if we fold, because that's happened to a lot of companies. They ain't around anymore and their stuff is worth money. Hi Ian, in response to Key and I had some Morrison Gromit and Gruffalo, 2 package coins ordered around October time. I haven't bothered to mention it due to issues, but will they ever come in? Well, they could do, but what I would say, Bean, is I have been saying to people I would prefer to clear the decks as much as possible and like refund people. So for things that you haven't had or things that you ain't going to get, whatever, I'd rather just you email in and let's just refund you on them. And if we get them, well, then you can come back and you can use your points on them again, or you can buy them again, or whatever. You know, that'd be cool. But I would rather that than just keep you waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, because it's just, you know, sickening. Do you know what I mean? And if you have it back in points, it'll give you an extra 10%. Contacted the Daily Mirror. I needed to send the details in an email and done that. Brilliant, Popcorn King. That's what we need. If 41 of you, if 40 people fired off an email to a newspaper, you never know what would happen within days. After money trouble sorted. Yeah, I've got to get the money trouble sorted first. And now I've got, Hello George's stream, and now I've got a way of being able to do that in a clearer and more concise way, by being able to plan, by being able to know there's more than 50 coins I can do it with, and I've got control of those coins, and I can do it over the next 18 months, and I haven't got to worry about anybody else. And then by multiplying the figures on it, it's not hard work, it's only simple maths. You sell 200 sets of each coin, and that's £5,000. You do that 10 times, that's 50 grand. You do it 20 times, it's £100,000. So do it 50 times, we not only get back all the money we've lost and clear the decks and sort ourselves out, we actually make a profit. And of course, by that time, well, we have solidly incorporated our own collectible product on the marketplace from then on. So a lot, you know, what's happened with the 2008 Britannia is massive. Which is why, you know, the more that sells, the more I implore people to buy into it, because the more it sells, it means if we just sell the rest faster, boom, that's done. On to the next one. Spoken to him on the phone, he said, very interested. Well done, Popcorn, thank you. Thank you, Ian, and thank you, Marie. I have faith in this man 100%. That's really nice and kind of you, that is. George's Stream Central says, I have a coin you could borrow. I don't want to borrow any coins, thank you, George. HMS, this is a big story with big secret handshakes. All national newspapers will be interested. They will. There's so many people laughing at us right now. So many people. And that almost gives me a bit more oomph, that does. You know, the more people sort of... I used to be a terrible singer. I'd get up on a stage and sing and people would fall about laughing. It made me get up and do it more. Not less, it made me get up and do it more. Because I want to go, I can do that. Why can't I do that? So, the more these people laugh at us, you know, the more oomph it gives me. Because I know, I absolutely know, every core of my being, once this story breaks, oh my goodness, bang. I mean, you know, here's another one, right? There's 46 people of you watching right now. Why not go over to the raffle? Maybe Lorna will put up a link. Go over to the raffle and sell out the COA one. There's a 2008 error up there, my error, with a COA. I think it's £1 a ticket, is all. Be great to sell out of that one. Just to show the haters and the, you know, the doubters and all of that, that there is a market there. People do want it. You know, if nobody buys a ticket, nobody wants it. If everybody buys a ticket, then you see it's wanted. And then I got 3 of them altogether. I had 2, but I ballsed another one up. So I've got 3 of them all together. And that all helps as well, you know. Helps. It's great for you guys from a collection point of view because you've got something no one else is ever going to get. And for me it's great because it helps us get out of trouble a bit more. So yeah, there's that one. Brilliant. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you very much. You know, it's all about, I was going to say it's all about helping each other. Everybody help each other. I mean, which is a bit rich coming from me because I ain't exactly doing a lot to help people right now out there, all you lot. But, you know, the website is not working for me. Ah, there's an email address there from Popcorn King for the Daily Mirror if anybody wants to take that down. Mirror.co.uk. Oh yeah. Obviously don't type the dot. No, that one was all right, Katie. Or actually you could put up the proper email address. Don't mind that one, Katie, because that's the what Popcorn was trying to do was give the email address for the Mirror. So if you could undo that, that would be great. Or maybe if I undo it, I can undo it. Oh, you can't undelete. Okay. It was the Mirror. Bugger, I forgot. Well, we know it's .co.uk. So, what's the first bit, Popcorn? Don't type the .co.uk. Mirror News at Mirror. Mirror News at mirror.co.uk. Website working fine. HMS has just checked it. So if any of you have got points to use up and you're thinking, shall I, shan't I? If you've got points to use up, then you cannot fail. You really cannot fail. Go on and buy a set of the Britannias. You know, please, please, please do that. If you've got points to use up, if you've got 25 quid for points there, go on and buy a set of those Britannias. I mean, look at it this way. I won't exactly lose out of it. It's £2.50. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to pay £2 postage anyway. So, Mirror. Yes, they do mean Mirror. Yeah, so it's Mirror. MIRROR. Yeah, our Mick's put it up. Look, there you go. Mirror News at mirror.co.uk. Nice and easy. He's put it up for you. There it is there, look. Just go up in the comments. Look, see Mick Smith's one. He's done it there, look. The bloke with the spanner. Mirror News at mirror.co.uk. That's it. So, you know, fire off an email to them on our behalf if you wouldn't mind. Pardon me. After you've bought the 2008 Britannia and any other newspaper. And funny enough, if my back hadn't have been against the wall, I wouldn't have come up with the idea. Yeah, try again. Someone else is texting me saying it's not available. I don't know, Kian. That's the one I want to do next, yeah, but I don't know when it will be. I have to get a better handle on what's happening with the volunteers and everything yet, and I haven't had the time for that. Website isn't working for my iPhone or MacBook. Oh, nice. Let's have a look. No, it's working because somebody's just bought something. It's working because somebody's just bought something. The COA for the Gruffalo error, our one, is number 2's just been sold, and a raffle ticket for the Prince Charles. Oh yeah, there's a silver proof. I forgot I put that up there. The Prince Charles silver proof. That's there. So yeah, it's working. Strange. Lisa's is working from the laptop and from the phone. In fact, I'll do that, because if I do that, mind you, you're seeing this. I don't know why you're texting you. You're seeing it. I'm talking to you, aren't I? Well, as for this advert, as whoever said that this ad has won me over, I'm going to now buy a British 2000 letter T, and then I'm off to bed. Night in and night all. Thanks very much, Soundwave man. Get in on that one. Is anyone else using Apple? I mean, so it's working. Is anyone using a MacBook? I see. So this person, this one of you, this one of you that had a go at me for being drunk and stuffing fags into myself is sending more texts. So someone's got hold of a burner phone or another phone or whatever. Stop texting me because I'll only report you to the police. So, pack it in. I'm just asking someone if they can see me live. If they can see me live, it can't be their ISP. Well, it ain't your ISP then. Can't be, I shouldn't think. Don't know. Try opening a different browser. If you watch it on Google, try Safari. If you do it on Safari, try Google. See if that works. Tell me. That's what I do. I switch browsers. Okay, you're watching. I try and switch browsers sometimes if I have a bit of an issue like that. So you could try that. Mick's working on Firefox. He's tried it on Firefox. "60-inch TV. Jesus Christ on a bike. Makes mine look positively minuscule. 60-inch TV. Here's another thing. This is not a bad idea either for those of you that like to play around a little bit and like to have a little play around with the market. Little investment, right? Is you can use your Ian's Club voucher and buy more than one set. You could buy several sets and use your Ian's Club voucher and get that massive discount off. Remember? So if you're a reseller, then you can get it 30 odd. I can't even remember what the percentage is now, but it was a wholesale price anyway. RJ Coins, hi all. I've just been on and sharing some of the new reward links. Don't be shy, use them. Excellent, brilliant, RJ, thank you. So yeah, so if any of you are into doing a bit of buying and selling or doing a bit of investing, then you couldn't do, you could do a lot worse than, I think you have to spend 200 or 250 quid or something like that to use that voucher. But it gives you quite a big percentage off, so you can even make some money on it. And of course, that helps us to sell out of them faster. You only need one or two wholesale customers to come along each time, and then you've sold out even quicker. So there we are. I think I covered everything I was going to cover. Hello Ian, nice to see you. I think I've explained how everything else is working. I'm up for a few questions if you've got any. And of course you can use any of the old vouchers if you've got any. If you're waiting to use them. No, Charlotte, there won't be. No, there won't be any twos in there, not at a minute. What you're likely to get in there is a change checker Peter Rabbit, a banister, or a cut out of a set, or a Girl Guides or a Britannia, or a Boy Scouts cut out of a set. What else might you get? You might get a Peter Rabbit in a packet. Those are all the ones that you'll get off that at the minute, and it'll be any combination of those. Really. Look at that, you've got us up to 31 thumbs ups. Brilliant. The other 4 people, you can give me a thumbs down if you want. I don't mind. Don't mind the thumbs downs. They're all interactions, they are. Yep, site's working. Site's working. This is what we want. And another 2008s. Yep, brilliant. Nice one, thank you. Where is Sir Casper tonight? Well, we've gone up with the old likes and everything as well. Casper's off with Fran. He's going over to. You see, I was due to go over to the Royal Mint, wasn't I, this weekend? And then I had to pull out. Well, pardon me. Because I was supposed to go for the, hello Jack, because I was supposed to go for the weekend, we'd organised it that Fran was going to go with me and drive me down there and go off and spend the weekend with her friend and get her friend, stay with her friend in the New Forest. So they made arrangements to go this particular weekend. So of course when mine cancelled, theirs was already booked, so they still went. So they're off in the New Forest and Casper's off partying in the forest, which he'll love. The wolf loves getting in there in the forest. Hello Jack, I've just been talking about the 2008 Britannias. If you haven't got them yet, mate, get a set. Pardon me. I've been explaining about how we need to sell. We just need 200 customers to buy a full set. 100 people if they bought 2 full sets, but 200 customers to buy a full set, and that's 1,000 coins. And we can do that with quite a few coins. Therefore, we could create a new collectible market, and we can even trade our way out of trouble with that over the next 18 months. But the key to making that work would be to sell 200 sets. And we've sold about, in number of coins, which 5, 10, 7, 80, just under 100, about 90, I think. So we're getting up there. We nearly sold 10% of them, which I'm quite excited about. So if you haven't got them, get a set of those. Buy into that idea, and then we'll do it for another one. That's the link for it. If anybody wants the link for it, 33 people. Get on there now. Even the ones that don't like me, I don't mind. Go on there and invest in it. Your money's as good as anybody else's. Plus, does it really make any difference whether you like me or not? You know, this is money we're talking about. You can make a good profit on this. 6 months to a year. You're not exactly going to make a loss, not on the coin. I stamp them on Anita. Bang. And I have to do it really carefully because I try not to make mistakes. I make the odd mistake, but, you know, I frighten the life out of them in the office when they're not expecting it. I sort of set myself up quietly and they're sitting there working. Kelly's sitting there posting and Logan's at the computer. John's sitting there with his face in the emails. And none of them have seen me get it already. And I don't know that they haven't seen me get it already. And then I pick up the hammer and I go, bang. They all. jump out of the skin. But they show up okay. I mean, there's a lot of you now got those stamped ones, haven't you? On the other ones, you know, so they work okay. And it takes a bit of time doing it, but it's one of those jobs that when I do it, it's one of those jobs that makes me slow down. My links are not working. Oh. I can't go off and check because I can only check on my mobile. I don't know if it's the same link. I can bring up a thingy. Mickey's checking. www. It was down half the day. No, it's straight there on mine. Straight there. So yeah, it's there. Thank you. There you are, look, loads of links. I've forgotten what that was a link to now. Was that a link to the Britannia one, was it? Don't ask me why I did that one. I don't know why I chose that one. Probably because I'd recently had a load of them in from the auctions. So I knew I had plenty. I've got a couple of boxes of them. I'll come out and come back in. Yeah, okay, try that, Lorna, see if that works. Got you, okay. Yeah, we see the difference between Lorna and you, Popcoin, is that you can't share a link, but anyone with a spanner can. Oh, she was missing the H off the HTTPS, that's why. Well spotted, Marie. You should be a proofreader. Yeah, that's what it was. You should be a proofreader. Right, so no point me staying on much longer. I shouldn't think you want me to stay on much longer, dear. It's 11:15. Blinders about usually, and it's a boo-boo. I often do. I didn't think about doing anything. Where are we on the raffles anyway? Have we got any raffles nearly sold out, I wonder? Let's have a look. $85 of those. 35 of those. There's 10 mystery A to Z 10p's. There's 35 of those left. £1.50 each. We've got the Britannia raffle for the 50p. There's only 19 left for that Gruffalo with the COA. there's a rarish, a Lord Kitchener £2 coin that's got a rotation error on it. And that one where you can win a ticket in a £10,000 raffle, there's 52 of them left. 16 aviation left, so that one's the closest one to finishing. Aviation £2 coin, there's 16 of them left. Can we go to the banks and get the Brexit 50p on the 31st? I have no idea, mate. You've never been able to go to the banks and get whatever coin they've released on the day they've released it. I know that. I've never been able to do that in 7 years. So there's a few good prizes in the raffles. Anita Pooh, what's your favourite coin, Ian? It has to be I suppose for me, because of the way my mind works, and I haven't got any other sentimental coin or sentimental reason to have a different one, the coin that takes pride of place would be the gold what one did Popcoin win? Popcoin won the Cook, so I've got the gold Peter Rabbit. So that would be my pride of place coin. The solid gold Peter Rabbit. I think if I was going to invest like lots of money, I think I'd put it more into gold than I would silver. I don't like what they do with the silver. Boris posted on Twitter the coin is ready and he signed the document today and the Lord's passed it through. So it's all set. Thought those fouls ain't melting down and using to patch up the roads. Yeah. Yeah, that's my favourite coin anyway, would be the gold Peter Rabbit. It doesn't come out very often. Do you know I've been on for 89 minutes? Look at that, 20 past 11. Mind you, there's a lot of you been there. Thanks ever so much. If you could design a coin, what would you put on it, Ian? Now there. 14 thumbs down, 35 thumbs up. Thanks for the interactions. And then once. If I could, well, you see, to answer that question, it really depended on what position I would be in. Because I like what they did in America with the state quarters, the state and park quarters. By doing what they did with the state and park quarters, they didn't know they were doing it at the time. They inadvertently found a really cheap educational tool. And so kids all across America, even kids that weren't very educated, weren't very good at school, poor and all of that, Hello, my lovely. I'm doing all right. I'm literally, I am, but I'll come off in a second and give you a ring back. All right then. I'll come off in a minute and give you a ring. All right then. All right then. No worries. But I'll phone you back in a bit. All right then. Love you lots. Bye for now. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, kids in America. Poor kids, uneducated, all that. But they all knew about the all the different states. They knew how to spell the states. They knew the different parks and all the rest of it because of the quarters. Looking at them all the time. So I quite like that idea. I like the idea of maybe, like, wouldn't it be a really good idea if you could do a run of coins, say, and make the lower denominations interesting. So you could do like the penny, the 2p, the 5p, 20p, 10p, all that. Well, 10p's are now A to Z, aren't they? But you could do like the other denominations. And wouldn't it be great if you did counties and you did um, the towns and the hamlets and the villages and all that? I mean, the education that that would give kids, you know? Kids would then grow up, they'd grow up knowing what town is in what county. And they'd grow up knowing it automatically because they would see it so many times in the money. I think it's a great idea. So if I was going to put, if it was going to be my decision to put something on a coin, I'd sort of, yeah, I'd go for that. Otherwise, I would, I'd choose my dad. I'd put my dad's face on a coin. Old Grumpy George. That would tickle him. No, didn't mean you, Popcorn. 1p coins for each constituency in the UK. Yeah, I mean, all that, you'd be, you know, what would go on a Dorset coin. We've got our own flag. So I think, you know, it'd be a great idea if you had the different counties on a coin and then it was each county's flag, original flag, because we've got our own flag and Cornwall's got their own flag as well. Devon, I believe, has got their own flag. All of the counties, I believe, have got their own flag. Dates back hundreds of years. So that would be great because you would teach the kids, you'd teach the adults, you'd teach everybody, you know, all across the country. You'd teach them in a matter of years. You know, so I think that would be a really great idea. All of that kind of stuff, landmarks, all of the landmarks that we've got. I mean, you've got Stonehenge on the 10p, but you know, things like that. Um, I mean, you could incorporate loads. You don't just have to be tight ass and just do like 20. It doesn't matter how many designs there are. Do you know what I mean? As long as you make enough, you could make it collectible as well. They love new ways of making money and might even pay you for your idea. You know, they're more likely to pinch it like they did the cufflinks and 288 Group pinched the mintage guide. Belfast, HMS Belfast says he would make a doner kebab £5 coin. Do you know, I do love a doner kebab. There is something about being able to get hold of a doner kebab and just, oh, all the fat dripping everywhere and all of that. It's just something about a kebab and there's the flavouring or whatever, but it is so bad for you. I try not to eat them now. I used to eat loads of them once. Friday night, and there's 36 of you still there. More musicians on coins. You see, yeah, again, you know, great educational tool, isn't it? If you really sort of think about it, you could put all the famous actors and actresses, you could put all the musicians, you know, all of this kind of stuff. Instead of putting one face on 20 million coins, you know, you could put 20 faces on a million. I'm waiting for the Beatles and Pink Floyd. As long as they make the coins properly, it's just that they're going more for the. It's almost like they're going more for the screen printed idea than they are the proper engraving. Enough for the kids' characters, do actual people. Yeah, enough for the kids' characters. I mean, putting something on a coin that's only been developed or made as a kid's character a few years ago is a bit much. If you're going to put a kid's character on a coin, let's have Captain Scarlet, Lieutenant Green, and my other favourite, what was it? It's my favourite, and I can't even think of the name of it. The little kiddie in the big thing. Can't think of his name now. No, not Stingray. No, Joe 90. Yeah, Joe 90. That's it. Joe 90 was a little kid, wasn't he? And he had to get in that big circular thing. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to go. You've kept me on long enough, and I've got to phone my woe man. Got to phone my wifey back. Otherwise, this is the voice of the Mr. Ons. Right then, and I'll see everybody later. Thanks very much. Thanks for joining me on a Friday night, talking nothing really much, and being there and joining in. I really, really appreciate it. Good night, Bean. Night, Popcorn. See you, RJ. See you, Mick. Night, Lisa. Tracy. Look at you all. Charlotte. Looking lovelies. Right then, I'm off.